Have you ever really stopped to wonder what's happening inside your computer? When you click something or type a word, it just works. It kind of feels like magic, right? Well, underneath it all is a process that's actually surprisingly simple. So let's pull back the curtain and see how it all really works.
So what is a computer doing when it's thinking or processing? It's a great question. Is there some kind of digital wizardry going on in there? Well, not exactly, but the real answer is just as cool.
Here's the secret. A computer is just an incredibly fast and obedient instruction follower. That's it. Think of a computer program less like complex code and more like a recipe, just a long, long list of very simple steps. And to really get how it follows that recipe, we're going to imagine the processor, the brain of the computer, is a super efficient high-tech kitchen.
So here's our game plan. We're going to take a tour of that kitchen. First, we'll meet the staff. Then, we'll learn the 4-step rhythm they follow for absolutely everything. We'll follow one single instruction from start to finish, and then we'll see how doing all this billions of times a second creates the magic we use every day. Okay, first things first, let's meet the crew. Inside our processor's kitchen, everyone has a very specific, very important job to do.
So here's the layout. The blue box, that's our processor. That's the kitchen itself, where all the work gets done. And the pink box, that's our memory. Think of it as a massive pantry and recipe book all in one. To do anything, the kitchen has to go to the pantry to get both the recipe steps, the instructions, and the ingredients, the data.
First up is the program counter, or PC. This is basically the chef's bookmark. It doesn't hold the instruction itself, it just keeps track of the address, the page number, of the next step in the recipe book, so the chef never loses their place.
Next, meet the Memory Address Register, or MAR. You can just think of this as the kitchen's shopping list. Anytime the chef needs to grab something from the pantry, they write its exact shelf location right here on this list.
So you found what you need in the pantry. Where does it go? It lands in the Memory Data Register, or MDR. This is like a little prep bowl right on the counter. It's just a temporary holding area for whatever you just grabbed from memory before you figure out what to do with it.
Now this is key. As soon as a recipe step lands in that prep bowl, it gets moved over to the Instruction Register, or IR. This is like the main recipe card holder, right in front of the head chef. It holds the one single instruction that the entire kitchen is focused on at this very moment.
And finally, we have the two heavy hitters. The control unit is the head chef. It's the boss. It looks at the recipe card and tells everyone else what to do. And the ALU, the arithmetic logic unit, that's all your appliances, the oven, the mixer, the food processor. It's the part that does the actual work, the adding, the comparing, all the cooking.
So we've met the whole team. Now, how do they all work together? Well, they follow this constant, repeating 4-step rhythm for every single instruction. You can think of it as the heartbeat of the entire computer.
And the rhythm is pretty simple. First, you fetch. Go get the next step from the recipe book. Second, you decode. The head chef reads the step and figures out what it means. Third, you execute. The kitchen staff actually does the thing, mixes the ingredients, chops the vegetables. And finally, you store. You put the result away, maybe on the counter for a second or back in the pantry for later.
And that's really it. I'm not kidding. From opening a web browser to playing the latest video game, everything, and I mean everything, your computer does boils down to that simple 4-step dance, just happening over and over and over again.
Okay, theory is one thing, but let's make this real. Let's follow one single instruction, one step in our recipe, as it makes its way through our kitchen.
So here's our instruction. Add loc A, R1. Now, don't worry about the syntax. All this means in our kitchen is go to location A in the pantry, get whatever ingredient is there, and add it to its already in mixing bowl R1. See? Simple.
Okay, here we go. Step 1, fetch. It all starts with the program counter, our bookmark. It knows the address of our add instruction, so that address gets copied over to the MAR, our shopping list. Then that request is sent out to memory, our pantry.
The head chef, that's the control unit, sends out a read signal. The add instruction is found in the pantry and brought back to the kitchen, where it's placed in the MDR, our prep bowl. And from there, it's immediately whisked over to the IR, the main recipe card holder. And boom, the fetch cycle is done. The kitchen now knows its task.
All right, on to the next steps. Decode and execute. The head chef, our control unit, looks at that recipe card in the IR. It totally gets it. Add LOCA R1.
It then shouts out the orders, telling the ALU, the appliances, to go grab the ingredient from pantry location A, get the stuff from mixing bowl R1, add them together, and store the result. Just like that, the instruction is complete.
So we just walked through one tiny step in what could be a massive, massive recipe. And it seems kind of slow and methodical, right? Well, this is where the magic comes roaring back. It's all about speed, mind-blowing speed.
You remember that little four-step dance we just learned, right? Fetch, decode, execute, store.
A modern processor, let's say it's running at 4 GHz, can perform that entire four-step cycle about this many times.
4 billion times every single second. That is what turns a simple step-by-step recipe follower into the unbelievable tool we use every day. It's not magic, it's just an absolutely staggering amount of speed.
So the next time you open an app, play a game, or just move your mouse across the screen, think about this. If one tiny instruction is just a single step in a recipe, what kind of incredible, complex, and beautiful recipes are being cooked up in there, billions of steps at a time, just to create that experience for you? Pretty amazing to think about. Thanks for watching.